Hello everyone, welcome back to Scams to Avoid, where I take you through multiple common scams that exist in Pixel Worlds and break down how they work so I can teach you how to avoid them. At the end of each scam, I will rate its severity on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a small ban consisting of just an hour or even a day, to 10 being a permanent ban. The first scam is what I like to call a mistaken item scam. This scam applies to many items in the game that have similar counterparts and are abused by scammers to fake a more expensive item. How this will work is that someone will send a global message saying that they sell X items, and in this case, it's small chest seeds. What you don't know, however, is that you're actually buying a world, not actually trading them in a trade menu. Usually the scammer will have the assumed seed to be sold in his inventory, so when you ask him to show you if they're the real seeds, he's prepared. The real seeds that are dropped in this scenario are gem soil seeds. Gem soil seeds and small chest seeds look very similar, so a scammer can get away with faking what he's selling. This can be done with other items too, such as soil seeds and fin pendant seeds, non-slip metal and spike bomb seeds, and many others. Because I haven't actually seen any scammer get banned for this, I'm going to put it at a severity of 3.5 out of 10. You really need to watch out for this scam though, because the chest seed and gem soil seed one especially can make you lose many world locks. The next scam is called the lock switch scam. This scam is extremely common and performed by hundreds of players per day, commonly with no punishment due to lack of proof. Jake explained this greatly in his scamming video, but I want to give you a rundown of how it works for the sake of this video. Someone will trade you buying your item for pure world locks. At this point, business is as usual, just a normal trade. The scammer will usually entice you by putting more world locks into the trade than your asking price and or more than it's actually worth, for example 7 world locks for a small sword. After this, there are 2 ways that this can play out. Either the scammer will add Bytecoins or add an item to the trade, or the scammer will just remove the world locks from the trade. After this happens, the scammer will retract his mistake, taking away the item he accidentally put into the trade. As he does this though, the world lock value changes as well. In this case, 7 world locks goes down to 1 in a matter of seconds. Usually in this case, you're pumped up on adrenaline. Finally you have a buyer, and he's even overpaying, so of course you want to go fast and make sure he doesn't cancel. The scammer takes advantage of this by occasionally saying something along the lines of, "Hurry up, I have to go soon," to encourage you to not pay attention to the world lock value and assume it was as much as before. At this point, your items would be scammed/sold for an extreme price, and it's over. This scam, I would say, has a severity of 6 out of 10, simply due to the fact that this is one of the most common scams in Pixel Worlds, and many get scammed multiple platinum locks if they aren't careful. This would be a 7 out of 10, but Pixel Worlds added a flashing green icon for the value of Bytecoins and locks, so if you actually fall for this one, it's really your own fault for not being careful enough. Finally, I wanted to cover the Tryon Scam. This scam is very harsh, breaking relationships constantly in game, causing mass drama, and also causing 7-year-olds who are extremely gullible to break their keyboards in half on their knees. This scam is extremely simple. Someone, most likely a friend that you trust, will ask you if they can try on your item. If you say no, what if you scam me, they will guilt trip you into oblivion, saying things like, "Oh, so you don't trust me? Oh, so you think I'm a scammer? Oh, we're really not friends," to encourage you to give the item to the scammer. They will say they're just trying to try it on for a few seconds, and then when you give them the item, they'll just leave the world, unfriending you, and leaving you to rot if you have no evidence against them. In seconds, you can lose an E-Power, Dark Pixies, or more. World locks apply to this as well, as they may also say, "I want to know what it's like to hold 100 world locks," or something similar. This scam easily has a severity of 8 out of 10 due to the fan base of the game. Sadly, most people playing Pixel Worlds are minors, and they are very gullible and willing to trust anyone. These scumbags who abuse the kids' trust is disgusting, and they should have a moral obligation to not scam kids, but obviously these scammers just care about profit, and that's about it. What you want to do if you are ever in this situation is be straightforward. Say things like, "I would never let anyone try my items, why should I trust anyone I have never met?" or even just, if you're going to guilt trip me, then we're not going to be friends, and then just leave the world and don't look back. There's so many manipulative people in this game, and with so many kids playing, you wonder why the scamming rate is so high. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something today. Have a great day. See ya.